What's up, everyone? Welcome to Game 4 of our semifinal day. Now we are at the second match of the Finals semifinals between Jacob and Colin. Let's get right into it. So Jacob got here by way of being the 3 seed and losing to... Oh my god, I started on the wrong thing. Here we go. Here's the bracket. We just came off of Wego destroying Crayon's team offensively, with Wego's Chargers getting 4 interceptions on Crayon's Big Ben quarterback. And just a putrid showing by Crayon's Bears. So Wego advances to the finals while Crayon drops to the Seminals, if you will. Like I said, now we have Crayon Jacob coming up next. The way we got here is Crayon. Fucking hell, we just played Crayon. Okay, so Colin had a bye to the round 2 quarterfinals by way of not doing so well in fantasy. And so he lost 20-10 to Preston's Texans. And Jacob similarly didn't do so well in fantasy, but not so similarly had a second overtime showing against my Jaguars. That game was neck and neck until Tom Brady slanged one to Dante Pettis for like 50 yards just to end the game. If I believe in my team, then I must believe that Jacob's Madden team is pretty strong. If we look at the overalls, Jacob has the advantage, 84-71. That is a little too much to ignore, even though I think Madden overalls have some flaws. That one is a pretty staunch difference. Quarterback-wise, we've got Aaron Rodgers at 91 overall versus Kirk Cousins, 84 overall. I think that speaks to itself. And then on top of that, the Packers' offensive line is decent. It's got David Bakhtiari, one of the best tackles in the league, as well as a decent line throughout. And then the Vikings' offensive line was pretty putrid all season. I think we can all agree with that. And that was notable by the way they addressed that in the draft and the offseason. So, offensive line advantage definitely goes to Jacob's Packers here. Running back-wise, it's fairly even, all things considered. Jacob's got Chris Carson as the main running back and the power running back, and Ty Montgomery as the receiving back. And Colin has Tariq Cohen as the main running back and receiving running back, with Josh Adams with a 72-year overall in the power running back department doing the power back stuff. So his I formations won't be nearly as strong as most teams, but luckily that's kind of rare. Moving on to wide receivers, you got to give the advantage to Colin's team here with Stephon Diggs and Juju Smith-Schuster, and then Mohamed Sanu pulling up the third spot there. Jacob's got some interesting options, but not as strong, with Kenny Golladay, Marquise Goodwin, and then Curtis Samuel bringing up the 3 spot there. In the slot, we have both of the alphas with Kenny Golladay and Stephon Diggs, so that is nothing really to report upon. Tight end wise, strong advantage to Jacob's team. So hopefully their Madden AI will call multiple 2 tight end sets with Rob Gronkowski and George Kittle, 2 of the best fantasy tight ends in the league. Honestly, based on ADP right now, the 2 best tight ends in the league. But Colin's team, nothing to sneeze at either, with Vance McDonald and David Njoku, 83 and 82 overall, respectively. Kicker-wise, usually I say it doesn't matter, but yet again, Jacob did not roster a kicker into the end of the season, so he was stuck with a 70 overall fill candidate in Zach Hocker, who was 70 overall. So as we saw last game, he could not make those long kicks because he didn't have enough leg. So if there are any long kicking situations, Colin's team gets a nice bump right there by way of having Harrison Butker, who is a very competent kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs in real life. Defensive-wise, the Rams, 87 overall across the board, and the Packers, 81 across the board, so definitely edge to the Rams. But overall, I'm going to have to give the edge to Jacob's Packers. They played my Jaguars pretty tight, and Colin's Rams didn't really put up a fight against Preston's Texans. So to the simulation goes the spoils. But I think Rodgers and that line mixed with the anchors over the middle and tight end are going to be a little too strong to deal with. The key to victory for Colin's team is that secondary getting some forcing some interceptions, and just in general, they're going to need to win the turnover battle to win the game. Otherwise, I don't see it happening. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Be right back.
This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Rams. Kickoff is moments away, so let's get you out to our commentators. And standing by for the call are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the
God,
city
those
of
piss yellow
Angels,
jerseys are ugly.
Los Angeles, California. The city of Angels showing it can be loud.
This is a very
and
displeasing
raucous.
color scheme for this game.
As the home squad emerge from the tunnel,
It looks
ready for
decent in
football and ready to watch.
Yeah,
the
I'm sure it does in
Rams
person,
do
but it's like
battle with the Green
kind of
Bay
ugly on the
Packers.
game.
Yeah.
Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. Happy to be with you. And CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Leading them out is their 6'2 quarterback who was a fourth-round pick back in 2012.
Kirk Cousins, you fucking like
After
that.
the career that he's had in the NFL thus far, you get the sense that he was underrated coming out of college. Not just great intangibles, but the ability to make plays come alive.
There was a legitimate argument for him to be like a sleeper QB this year.
But he's gonna blow ass, so who cares?
Yeah, likely, honestly. But, because it's like, you know, Diggs and Thielen are legit. I don't think anyone will argue that. But, yeah, literally, like, the dude they promoted to OC, like, was the guy that decided to run the ball more because Mike Zimmer wanted it. Because John DeFilippo favored the passing game too much. And for some reason, Zimmer hated that.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
So they fired DeFilippo, and then what happened? Thielen fell off a cliff fantasy-wise, and Diggs was pretty much the same because he was always boom bust to begin with.
And he also had the longest reception in the league last season.
I don't know. That's a lot of footballs for one football team.
Actually well schooled in route running.
They all have footballs. The linemen have footballs.
And moving inside to the slot position in order to make big
Yo,
plays.
you want footballs? We got
now from the
footballs.
28.
Another thing about Cousins is that
They run. This is Colin.
he has to play everyone in the NFC once twice.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down
I
and
think it
just
might be
a
okay.
yard to go.
Some matchups.
Quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
I would not be willing to pick him and be
Just
confident.
play number 3 here on
Yeah,
the opening
no,
drive, and it's an
agreed.
early 3rd and 1.
I considered it briefly, and then, you know, the more I thought on it, the less I liked Kirk Cousins in fantasy this year.
From the shotgun,
He's probably still going to outperform his like, positional ADP, but not by much, and not to the point where you want to start him in one QB.
5 yards on the play there.
He'd
It's a
be
drive
very
to
average.
continue.
Yeah, he'll be like, I don't know, probably in that QB 13 to 16 range, which is like, you know, top half of the league, but not exciting for fantasy.
You could probably stream and get that.
Exactly, and that's what, you know, you've seen me do it the last couple of years.
That's what I did last year.
Yeah, I remember you like mentioning the stats of our league, and you're like, Andy started 9 QBs throughout the season. It's like,
Did
yeah,
I?
living the
Did I
stream,
look
brother.
at that?
Yeah, you said something about that. I think I started Bortles at some point.
I also started Bortles.
Attaboy. Oh my God. Connect that pass, Kirk.
David Njoku was the intended receiver,
Bruh.
and that'll bring up
Ooh.
second down. And let's get a look at the Green Bay
Yo, they don't have
defense.
footballs. What's up with that? Just because they're defense, they don't get footballs?
One-year starter at USC, but he's made up for lost time in the NFL. A 6-time Pro Bowler whose versatility has the Packers using him inside.
Oh, there you go. Tremont Williams right there.
Matchups for him to get to the quarterback.
Yeah, for some reason I thought he was on the Chargers because we had a handful of secondary players who got cut, got picked up by the Chargers over the years.
Maybe he's on the Chargers now? I mean, this is using last year's rosters, right? So,
Nah, he's still okay.
oh, okay.
There's like dudes that
Interception here on their opening drive.
capers like didn't know how to
But
use,
instead, third down.
and they were like pretty mediocre on the Packers,
That was close.
and then they like end up in the Chargers and they're like Pro Bowl.
Big
Like,
play
God damn
right
it.
in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A
Classic.
sigh of relief, no doubt.
Casey Hayward was one.
Oh, yeah, I know that name.
The Packers do a good job of like drafting a bunch of secondary, keeping them around for 2 or 3 years,
So back-to-back
let them walk or
incompletions, and that
ship
has
them
them
off,
staring
and then
at
they
a
play
third
well
and
somewhere
10.
else.
Hey, I heard Haha Clinton Dix is a Bear now.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Shit.
possible. Or Demarius Randall in Cleveland. Or
And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the
Doing
40
advanced dance
before
over
being
here.
taken down.
I have to imagine Vance McDonald has got to be in consideration for one of Colin's keepers, since they're not super strong to begin with.
Forget trying to set
Yeah, it's like
anything up.
round
They
16.
think they have the
Or
advantage. They think
around
they have
16
the
for the dude who's
matchups,
going
and
like
they're just
tight end
attacking
9-ish.
right now.
Yep, going to the air
But
on
he's
the
got
opening
upside.
drive.
There's a lot of vacated targets in Pittsburgh.
that is true.
And Jesse James is out of the picture.
They still have Curtis Samuel.
So into
He's on the
Packer territory
Panthers.
now.
He's been on the
Here's first and
Panthers.
10
Yeah.
I
at
think the whole time he's been in the
41.
league. You're thinking of Jalen Samuels.
Oh yeah, that's
I
it.
still have him, yes.
This is Colin.
Oh God, he's gone. No, he's not. He's tiny.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first
Tariq Cohen, man. My dude.
yesterday this exact
That's gonna be my
what they
guess.
want to do on the opening
He's very
drive,
small.
establish the ground game.
5'6".
Remember our conversation? We
He's
were
Tony
talking about
sized.
One of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly,
Top
it's a
end, top.
big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
I feel really good that like 2 of the 3
This
dudes
will be
I
the
traded
first red
to
zone
Colin in the
opportunity now
season
for the Rams.
for keeper
First and 10
position
at the
are actually
19.
probably likely to be kept. Like I would have felt really bad if I gave him shit players, you know.
And this time they're able to bottle him up as
Or
they're
maybe
stopping
just
at
a
the line of scrimmage.
Shit evaluation of
The
talent.
footballer Muhammad Wilkerson
Me?
brings him down.
Of him.
Oh,
As a defensive
I
end,
mean,
getting off the ball quickly,
maybe.
swarming
I
to the
felt like I was
football,
pretty
making a tackle.
straightforward
That's
with
what
the
we saw right
evaluations
there.
during the trade
that's what their
negotiations.
job is, and
Like I was
really,
happy
a lot
to
of
say
time
like,
they have
here's
to
the
throttle
pros
back
and the
a little
cons of
bit
all
in
these
the run game
players.
because
Will
know
you
those
do the deal?
defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the
Who'd you get out of
quarterback.
that?
That was good recognition
I got
on that
Saquon
play to hold him to no gain.
for Tariq Cohen, Will Fuller, and Josh
He
Adams.
is met in his tracks behind the line of
Yeah.
Josh Adams looks like he
It's
has
a loss of
Josh
2
Adams looks
now,
like you throw him
third
away,
down.
but Tariq Cohen and Will
When you
Fuller
think of
look
Mike
keepable.
Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock
They're both
off
like
the
near the end of the
football,
draft.
but surprising quickness,
Like 14 and
ability to
15-ish.
move and evade
Yeah,
people.
makes sense.
How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there. Now this now, play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long.
For sure, like almost all of the Packers D-line and linebackers on this squad are no longer on the team.
From the gun, here's Cousins.
You guys got the Smith duo, right? Preston and Zadarius.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
I think he's from
They get
shit.
7 there, but
Zadarius
it
is from
brings up
Baltimore.
4th.
Preston Smith is
And he's already
from.
got 2 catches
draft
on
him?
the opening
No,
drive.
it was a free
They know
agency
he's gonna be
signing.
a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure
I don't know,
that
and you
guy
got
touches
Adrian
the ball,
Amos.
and sometimes it just happens
Yeah, we got
naturally.
him.
And then you change
So we
your
swapped
game plan.
safeties.
When he has
Classic.
the hot hand,
Clay,
you
Clay
keep
Matthews
going
is
back to
gone.
it
Mike
because he's
Daniels is
running around
gone.
with
Muhammad
confidence as the
Wilkerson,
game goes
let
on.
him walk. Jake Ryan is gone.
Yeah, Green Bay got weird.
We got rid of Capers, so.
True. And who's the new DC?
Mike Patton.
Oh, he's the old DC, right? Is he a new guy? I thought he was the old guy too.
No, we had Tom Capers forever.
I thought Patton was the guy last year. Okay, never mind.
They might have switched mid-season? No.
Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe he switched mid-season.
Okay, he was the defensive coordinator last year.
Okay. So, like, I don't know what to think about the Packers coaching staff. I feel like it's kind of smoke and mirrors. Like, I'm willing to give LaFleur the benefit of the doubt, right?
To be determined.
Yeah, we didn't see enough of him in Tennessee to actually make an opinion.
Or, yeah.
And then, like, but then they signed, what, Nathaniel Hackett as OC? That dude's been, like, garbage everywhere he's gone.
I think the assumption is that it's essentially
LaFleur time, yeah. If LaFleur can just, like, ignore that dude, it's all good. If Hackett has input, I think he's fucked.
Because coming out of high school, he had 0 scholarship offers in the D1 level.
He's previously been defensive coordinator for the Jaguars and the Bills.
Yeah, you don't like to see it.
Than what he expected in the first
round. I mean, the Jaguars also kind of sucked.
Yeah, they did. They really sucked.
I mean, but they also had Blake Bortles. So.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I feel like a decent OC can do something with Bortles. He's like slightly above replacement level. He's not like absolute trash. He's not starting level, but he's slightly above replacement level.
The league's best rushing attack in 2017.
Yeah. So I guess, you know, buy your Aaron Joneses, right?
But if you do, you usually get a great product out of
rushing and then just let Aaron Rodgers figure the rest out.
Yeah, because he's basically the offensive coordinator, right?
Yeah, he's the offensive audible coordinator.
Mm-hmm. So, like, yeah, it's probably fine in Green Bay with Rodgers, but, like, if he went to any other team, I would be worried.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down.
Nice shot, Rodgers.
Complete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Wow.
And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman.
99.
These guys, they come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Clay Matthews made an appearance in last night's Hard Knocks.
Oh, did he really?
Because they're joint practice with the Rams.
Oh, is he on the Rams now?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember where he went. I was like, I don't think he retired, but
it was weird seeing him.
I believe that.
There's like a, I don't know, some guy on the Raiders, some nobody. I think he's a rookie. I guess he grew up in Green Bay, so like, they showed him like talking to Clay. He's like, just wanted to come over and make sure I said hi to you.
Aw, that's so sweet. And then he's like, "You're about to learn, rookie." Stuffed him in the ground.
Nah, I think they were like actually scrimmaging against each other, and he like made sure to like hit him a little bit.
Of course. Gotta welcome him to the NFL.
He wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Make sure he knows. Living your dream, getting hit by Clay Matthews.
I'm hitting Clay Matthews.
Oh, it was an offensive lineman or something?
I don't remember who it was.
All right. Fair enough.
But that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
They go play action here on first down.
Ooh, big play, Stephon.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
I would say that like the Cousins-Diggs connection is useful in this format, but I know it's not. I know that Madden doesn't work that way.
Because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's true.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On play action, Cousins. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
That's what I get for trying to help.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
What?
Nothing. Just a lot of directions from across the room that didn't make sense. And she's like, never mind, I'll do it. Okay, let me know what I can do.
Big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
Get out of the way.
Why not? What we're seeing
Yes,
so far,
yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
End of the first. Oh, they got a snap off.
From the gun on 3rd.
Get over the line. There you go, Vance.
And inside the 20.
Solid drive coming out of Colin's Rams here in quarter 2. Up 3-0, definitely in the red zone now.
3-0 is our score. We're back to Southern California right after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you and you're
Presented by Snickers.
Satisfies.
Back live now to begin the 2nd quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
What's the old adage, be quick but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Mr. 47.
Looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the
Jake
field.
Ryan, you can get hurt bad.
While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Who you got behind him?
Preseason last year and was out for the whole season. It was like, okay, we needed him to be healthy.
And then what happened?
He didn't play all year.
You got what, Kyler Fackrell behind him or something?
Who fucking knows?
Yee. That's a bit of a reach. It's probably wrong too.
I think he's like a D end. And we also have Blake Martinez, who's supposed to be pretty solid. That he got hurt this preseason.
Of course. Now the way they code positions in Madden is fucked. It all depends on what defensive scheme you run.
Mm-hmm.
And like that determines if an edge rusher is a D end or an outside linebacker.
Yeah.
Which is so dumb. They need to just adopt edge.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. He finds his target, Fuller.
Will Fuller, 1st down, baby.
Sets up a 1st and goal.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl? Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that.
It seems like no matter what, the Packers just cannot stay healthy at inside linebacker.
They should just hire like 6 inside linebackers and see what happens.
They'll probably all get hurt.
Not a good use of money.
One of the inside linebackers who's like supposed to play live this year for his tag.
He'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
2nd down, Cousins. And he'll get into the
Oh, the Minnesota connection. Show me 10-0.
Touchdown.
Not bad.
And the Rams add on to their lead.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Did that say total offense Green Bay is 1 yard?
Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
Did I see that right? All right, well, that's not right anymore. But
I missed
And
it.
he's
So.
taken down,
fucking
but
hell.
able to slip across the 35.
Curtis
The drive
Samuel, a
started
10-yard
with a
gain.
First down, 11 yards on that
Oh,
pickup.
boy.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Curtis Samuel is someone who's been getting like inordinate camp hype.
They'll run it now.
Like, I'm not certain he's as good as the hype is telling me he is.
He'll get this down to about the 39.
That's how it was.
Give him 3 on first down.
It always goes that way, yeah. It's like people latch onto one thing of anything.
All things considered, they have
But it's
to
like
feel
his
pretty
archetype
good
of player
about
is still
getting that
not
type of a game
an alpha
considering the
receiver,
points
right?
that they just had against them.
Still, should be good value, but ugh.
Here's Carson. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. Working from the gun. Rodgers. Goodwin able to haul it in.
Big reception over the middle.
Across midfield down to the 40.
It's
before
your
it's all
boy,
said and
Marquise
done.
Goodwin.
That's the first catch of the game for Goodwin.
Olympic
It's a
sprinter.
first down.
I was putting a crossing right over the middle.
Assignment. He
Fucking
was waving
idiots.
his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think?
Let's make the
he
Olympic
was
sprinter
so wide
turn.
open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice gain.
40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. On 1st down, Rodgers over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run.
Yo, so this offense is moving for once.
They can run that play on any down.
You love to see it. We want competitive games.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want we go crayon blowouts every time.
Rodgers now on 1st down.
Sling it, boy. Okay.
Smith catches left side.
That's complete.
And he will lose yardage here.
I'll give you that.
1-yard line. A minute 57 to go.
I felt so
in
bad
this
putting
first
Traquan
half.
Smith in number 80.
We're back to the City of Angels after this
Why?
timeout.
I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't see 80 and think Traquan Smith.
What number is he?
10. But Curtis Samuel is also 10.
Halftime in a little less than 2 minutes.
Like
We'll
an
send you
80.
to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. That pass play
I think his college number was 9, so I thought about 19, but that's Galladay's number. So it was just literally like, all right, 80 it is.
Fair enough.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. Stopped short of the 25. The second effort couldn't free him. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Jordy Nelson is pretty
Well,
big.
they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to
Sure
try
does.
to get the ball into a
What's
tight
that
end
arm
of his
wear?
caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers throwing again. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And again, it's Rodgers.
I walk back in and there's a touchdown. Magic. Who that? Galladay? Galladay. Oh my god, he made Peters look tiny. Is that who 20 is? Peters? He was so small.
Punching the head, too.
Yeah, Peters 22. Who the hell's 20? Joyner? I think it's Joyner. Punched him in the fucking head.
Coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there.
Green Bay only down by 3. Well, let me bite my tongue. Zach Hawker could fuck this up. Okay, down by 3.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the result, a Green Bay score.
Matthew's hair looks real bad there. That's weird. Got the punter doing kickoffs.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Cousins on first down. Forced out to his left. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
Quality content.
So that one a hold.
Still first down.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
All right, Kirk, time to slang.
A carry for Adams.
That's not slanging.
So a nice job to break the
That's a halftime run. Hey, Josh Adams, positive yardage.
Only a yard on the pickup there.
Nice.
Second down.
2 rushes,
Be
1
good
yard.
teammates right here. What I mean by that
Oh, yeah,
is
he's killing it,
possess the
dude.
ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
So we come upon halftime here in Southern California with the Rams on top. As we send you cross country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams, as they've already made their way back out of the locker room. So to bring you the story of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half.
And we're back. I'm guessing I didn't miss anything.
Nope.
A lovely halftime from the coach.
teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Rodgers. From the gun, he'll throw. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. He was looking for Gronk that time.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
That's an interception. I just looked at the back of the monitor, and I'm like, oh, Dante Fowler Jr., that's not an offensive player, and he's catching the ball. Oopsies. All right, well, that's huge for Colin's team because that's 4 seconds into the half.
Defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch.
If they can capitalize on this with a touchdown, they're in great spot.
To get back on track.
And then we'll have the 1 versus 2 in the finals.
Nice.
The people love to see it.
Following the interception, Cousins got an open man. It's Fumagalli.
Oh my, that'll do.
It's all said and done.
Who's that?
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
81 Collins team is... Oh, Fumagalli, that's a filler guy. Hell yeah. Getting the first down. Troy Nines. That dude's missing a finger. He's a 9-finger boy, like Joey Nines.
Joey Nines.
He wasn't high profile enough to get coded into the game, unlike Shaquille Griffin.
His throw incomplete.
They didn't?
Yeah, they have a nub arm for him.
Nice.
But they didn't program in Troy Fumagalli Nines. He's missing like one of his ring fingers, I think.
I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass.
What does they do for Jason Pierre-Paul?
I don't know. What's he got? What's his thing?
He blew off like half of his hand with fireworks one year.
Oh, what?
I think he's only got like his thumb, his pointer finger, and his ring finger.
No shit.
His hand's fucked up.
Oh my god.
3rd and 5 now.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
To throw is Cousins. The screen pass here to Colin. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11.
4th and 7. Not what you want to see off that gift of a field position.
Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen.
All right, bring out the kicker.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
Harrison Butker time.
And the kick by Butker is good.
All right, so Colin's team gets 3 points off that gift of the field position. Could have been better, but they'll still take that, I'm sure. 6 points is better than 3. Points is points. Dude still sucks. Been saying it for years.
Something pretty good right there, and that is you much have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy.
Something about this tournament, it's always weird when like the quarterback is in his proper team's jersey.
The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out.
Everything else is so weird.
Yeah, everything else is so messed up on offense that it's so weird to see Rodgers in a Green Bay jersey in this setting.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's correct. Ugh, why is that correct? I feel like there was one last year too, and it like really threw me off. Can't remember who though.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And now here's Ross. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26.
Dude, have there been... I feel like John Ross is one of the biggest busts of recent memory as far as wide receivers go.
He hasn't done much.
He hasn't really done anything, and he went like top 15, top 10 in the draft.
I don't know.
Yeah, and he was like high draft capital.
Leave it to the Bengals.
Yeah, I mean, you can't... I mean, history shows that like poor development leads to busts, but... Ugh. I think they fell in love with his 40 time and just went for it. Because he's got the record for like NFL Combine 40 time, right?
Maybe. Or like close at least.
I think it's like 422, and I think that's him.
Did someone get under 14?
I don't think in an official NFL Combine time.
I thought someone got like 419 or something.
I believe that in like a pro day, but for like the Combine, I think that it's John Ross. I could just Google this.
Yeah. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, for official Combine times, it's John Ross
Play action.
at 4.22.
Yeah, who's second?
Chris Johnson, running back. Oh, the actual Chris Johnson. That guy.
CJ2K.
Yeah, CJ2K at 4.24. So very close.
Alright.
And then Dree Archer, Jerome Mathis. Oh, Marquise Goodwin, number 5.
Fast.
I mean, he is an Olympic sprinter, or hurdler, or whatever he did. He had a 4.27, so he wasn't that far behind. Bunch of names I don't know. Jalen Myrick, cornerback. Number 8. J.J. Nelson, wide receiver. He's been speed guy, nothing else so far. And that's really all the notable guys.
54 yards, well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after chip shot,
John Ross has pretty much just been fast.
It's a balancing
That's
act, isn't it?
been his whole
Because
career,
you're exactly right.
being
They're
fast.
too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put
Gotta catch
points
it,
on the
too.
board.
3 points is 3 points.
I'm actually curious, now that they have like a modern offensive coach, like, can they actually find a way to just utilize his speed?
1st and 10.
Because like Marvin Lewis was like dinosaur ages of coaching, right?
Yeah.
So maybe John Ross is like untapped potential at this point.
Maybe.
Oh my
I
god.
think AJ Green's gonna be out for a little bit.
Yeah, he's gonna be out for a few weeks. He like tore something in his ankle. It seemed like a really bad sprain or an actual ligament tear. And they said 6 to 8 weeks, which seemed like an aggressive timeline to me. But even if that's the case, then he's not back till like week 2 or 3. And then he might have to rehab. Who knows?
You call it.
Yeah, that sucks. Sucks for him.
It does. But I mean, that's been his MO, his whole career, right?
Yeah.
Or at least as of late. He's been very injury prone.
He usually comes back and does decent though.
Oh yeah, for sure. But he's also like 31, so like his skills are going to decline soon.
Yeah.
play fake here.
He might just be done, honestly. Oh, sit down, Kirk.
And down he goes. Kenny Clark with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And his throw is incomplete.
Oh, no. That's an offensive lineman injury on an already thin offensive line.
Then they force the incomplete pass. Yeah, they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play.
You hate to see it.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be
Easy
a tough
pick here, but I'm
3rd and
expecting
18.
not a conversion. Mainly because 18 yards is hard to do on any down.
Point Taylor.
Packer pressure, and down he
Good.
goes.
My over 50% pick was correct.
Field for USC, Clay Matthews.
For standing motionless in the pocket for 10 seconds.
Yep, that'll do. That'll do, pig.
And it'll bring up 4th down.
Sleep number 100. He goes hard in everything he does.
Secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is,
That was actually a thing he said because he got sponsored by Sleep Number. So that someone asked him what his sleep number was, and he said 100 because I go hard in everything I do.
Here's Johnny Hacker now.
What a
He's on the
fucking
clock
idiot.
for the first time this afternoon.
Who is that?
And this is
Kirk
gonna
Cousins.
hit the goal line and continue
yeah,
on
what-
into the
what was
end
that?
zone
Yeah.
for a touchback.
99.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
as they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Carson. And he's
Ooh,
able to
Chris
fall
Carson
forward
falling
up to
forward.
about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards is the
I sent
pickup
the
there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Madden ratings adjuster video into the Discord.
But you get the feeling
I don't
that he
check
might
that
be
out
able to
there.
put your
Oh yeah,
pocket on.
it's worth a watch. It's only like 2 minutes.
But it closed there quickly at the end. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. They run again with Carson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35.
Ooh, timeout cycling in.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
319! 319!
This is Carson. And an alley to run. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin.
Colin's team in the driver's seat, but yet they don't have the ball and they're only up by 6. Yuck. This could be anyone's game. They're on the 40. The Jacobs team is on the attacking 45, so this could be anyone's. Anyone's anything.
And Charles, this infraction is going to be against the
the false start's not going to help you though.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. From midfield, here's Rodgers.
Hey, check out those Olympic rings, boy. I just have irrational love for Marquise Goodwin. He just seems like a nice dude. He's super fast. He connected with Garoppolo for the second half of 2017. So he proved that he could actually do something. And then he's been through some fucking hardships in his personal life.
Yeah.
So I just root for Marquise Goodwin.
He seems like a good dude.
Been through some shit. Good dude, been through some shit.
So the big play means just like
Have you watched any of the videos on the shit he went through?
No, I remember hearing about it last year, I think.
Yeah, they had he was out for multiple games for personal reasons. They never said what. Basically, his wife had 2 different miscarriages. It's fucking brutal. It sucks so bad.
Something happened and then he scored a touchdown.
Yeah, and then he was rocking the football like a baby right after the miscarriage, and it was so heart-wrenching. Ugh, I feel so bad for him. Props to him for staying positive through it all, but fucking hell. Give this dude a break.
Draw play, Rodgers to Montgomery. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Rodgers. That's complete right around the 8. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And a big turnover there as his guys
They don't want to win.
They're so close to the goal line, a chance to take it.
They don't want none.
Claim the lead here in the 4th. Boy, that was a big, big mistake.
It really was, and as much as I want to give credit to the defense for making the play, I do tend to agree with you. That mistake, that's a chance to go in and take the lead. I mean, you're in great shape, yet you don't take care of the football. But they'll be going over that like crazy in the upcoming weeks.
They begin the drive on the ground with Colin. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And this will be incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better than it hits the
classic
ground.
question, did I miss anything? It appears the answer is no.
On 3rd down, Cousins.
Kirk, you gotta slang that before you give up 2 points. Oh my god.
3rd down.
9 for 17 is not what you're looking for in a game like this. Doesn't he know these are the Finals semifinals?
As much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And taken right at the 35. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've.
All right, we'll see what Jacob's team can do on this drive. If they can't do anything, this might be it for them. We'll see.
Less difficult on themselves on this drive. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
Yeah, that's something.
It's Goodwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets
Aaron is doing Aaron things.
Territory. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches.
He is want to do that.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for.
All right.
And now in 2nd down.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence.
Seeing Ram in number 30 on defense really threw me off.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
Well, because Todd Gurley's number 30, right?
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I needed whatever number that dude normally is for one of the offensive players. So I must have put him on 30 to like move it.
Close the story take.
Cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe.
Troy Hill, number 20.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. 319. Rodgers again now. And that's incomplete.
So I must have needed 24. Carson, Howard, Montgomery, Geis, Hines, Foreman. Ooh, none of these make sense.
That the ball has to get through to get to the receiver, and on that play, it was batted down.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. 20 is that guy. I got the wrong guy.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open.
Okay, so he is number 20 this year, but last year he was number 32.
How would you say it? Consistently, right? You
And I
don't
needed
need the big
that number
shots downfield.
4.
Make sure the clock
Oh,
continues to
God.
run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end.
I think it was Kenyon Drake. Kenyon Drake, yeah, he needed 32. So I put that guy on 30, and it made it real weird.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. 2nd down, Cousins. And a hit, Jordan.
You gotta hold that ball there, Vance.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins.
Ooh, solid completion. 1st down. Is that Vance again? That is Vance again. Going back to the well. Giddy's team style. Except Vance actually holds the ball sometimes.
Attaboy.
Vance. So, for a while, I was super all in on Vance McDonald being a breakout candidate this year. And I'm kind of going back on that because of the fact that he's 29 and hasn't done it yet.
Yeah, should have done it by now.
He kind of feels like the Chris Hogan of this year.
A perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad.
You know how everyone was like overdrafting Chris Hogan last year and he did literally nothing?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, he was going like the 4th or 5th round and then like just didn't do shit.
It's a 6-yard pickup.
Yeah, that's because Patriots are just classic fuck.
Yeah, but also because like he was an old dude who hadn't done anything and everyone decided he was going to do something.
He has to do something, right?
Right, that's kind of what I'm feeling about Vance right now. It's like if you were actually that good, you would have done it by now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a lot of Vance shares in various leagues, so I'm clearly invested, but I'm not sold.
Search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Again, it's Colin. And not able to break away this time.
Timeout time.
Stop him right around the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On 3rd down, it's Colin, and they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field.
I like how the offense is huddling
Here's
as if they're not going to just
Johnny
punt
Hacker
right here.
As he's on to punt for LA.
I don't know if you saw my message, but I plan to play the last 2 games tonight.
Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I figured. I'm already up. We're getting close to like that teetering point, so I might as well talk myself into it before I talk myself out of it.
Because when it's a player of this magnitude, even though the guys on defense have the lead and are sitting in the best spot, they're maybe the most nervous people in the stadium because they've seen this happen to too many people before.
Erin's still doing laundry. She just made dinner right now at almost 11 o'clock. And, you know, work should be reasonably easy tomorrow.
I gotta get up a little bit early, so I don't know how late I'll stay up.
Word. Well, your game is before mine, and without request. And even with requests, it can be before mine. So, tight.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. He'll look to throw.
Oh, boy. All right, I'll be right back.
So they've got the
Oh, he threw it into him.
start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they've made some good adjustments, though. He's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? Rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing him all sorts of trouble.
Cousins here to throw. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And on the ground they go with a running back. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown.
This is looking like a good game here.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone.
Yo, I like that Colin's team is going for touchdowns here.
Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
If you're up 2 scores at this point, that's game over, man. Like, it doesn't even matter. You can run the clock and be boring, or you can get a touchdown and be exciting. And now they're going to run the clock because that's a fucking victory formation.
The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee.
Actually, this doesn't even end the game. They have to call another play on 4th. But they can field goal and get out of range. Yeah, okay, that's what they do.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And this one is right through. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. One final try now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal: win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams are victorious here as we say so long from Exposition Park in L.A.
All right, and with that, we see Colin's team win 16-7 over Jacob's team and advance to the finals against Wego, who just crushed Crayon's team in the other semifinal of this side. Jacob will fall down to the Seminoles to face Crayon's team, who just got destroyed, in a classic rivalry match where Crayon's Bears take on Jacob's Packers. And that'll be it for our finals semifinals today.